missile, Astra missile system. I think it's a very appropriate and a timely decision. Indian Air Force is authorized 42 fire jet squadrons. It is holding 33. It's already deficient of 11 fighter jet air squadrons. For last 18 years, the previous governments never cared to supply fighter jets to Indian Air Force, and the deficiency continued. I want to say that air power is the most important power and battle winning factor in the battle, because air superiority gives ground troops, ground forces to move freely, operate freely without any constraints, without any threat from air. So therefore, this acquisition will boost operational efficiency of ground forces, and all these proposals of procurement have been cleared by DAC, Defense Acquisition Committee. One more thing, very important is that when we are buying Sukhoi 30 and MiG-29 from Russia, these two fighter jets are already in the inventory of Indian Air Force. So therefore, the day these fighter jets reach us, they can be made operational next morning, because no special training is required. Our pilots already know how to fly these fighter jets. So I think it's a very important decision. One more thing I would like to add, that if you want peace, you have to be prepared for war. And therefore, we should cater for the worst scenario. The worst scenario is that battle can start, it can take place between China and India. So we should be hopeful that peace should prevail, but we should be prepared to plan for the worst scenario, that is, we have to face the battle. And in that context, it is very important that we procure and equip Indian Air Force to its optimum requirement, optimum authorization, and I think it's a beautiful and a very good strategic decision. President of America, Mr. Donald Trump, has slammed China and has slammed China pattern of being aggressive on line of actual control with regard to China. All the nations of the world, in fact, need to unite and challenge China, because China's expansionist policy and China's policy to grab other nations' geographical territory is absolutely incorrect. China, it claims geographical territory in respect of even those countries with whom it does not share any boundary. This is absolutely ridiculous, and therefore this aggressive posturing, expansionist policy of China needs to be challenged. Look at South China Sea, the way China has tried to dominate Philippines, Vietnam, and other small countries who are relatively weak in comparison to China. So therefore, look at China's attitude in South China Sea. It has grabbed many islands and converted them into military bases, into airstrips where fighter jets can land. So this character of China, this DNA of China, this ambition of China to grab others' territory needs to be challenged. Otherwise, there will be mayhem, there will be chaos, and there will be disorder from international peace point of view. So the sooner all the countries of the world unite and have anti-China platform and challenge China with regard to expansionist policy, even raise this issue in United Nations, and if need be, let there be effort to remove China from permanent membership of UNSC, because a country which is the source of unrest, a country which is the source of threat to peace, cannot be made a very responsible member of UNSC, whose prime concern is to ensure peace and order in the entire world. The Defence Minister of India, Mr. Rajnath Singh, has deferred his visit to Leh. Instead of Mr. Rajnath Singh going to Leh, Now it is CDS, Chief of Defence Staff, General Rawat, who is going to Leh to amidst disengagement process talks which have been taking place between military commanders of India and military commander of China. I personally feel that Mr. Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, may have been occupied with something very important, and that is why the visit to Leh has been deferred. But there is no vacuum. CDS is equally responsible, and he has battle experience. He knows the ground realities. So his visit to Leh is a very important factor, and he is, with his battle experience, long years of service, he'll be able to coordinate with General Officer Commanding 14 Corps, Lieutenant General Harinder Singh, and go into technical details, operational details, existing voids in the system, what all Delhi can do, what all central government can do, Ministry of Defence can do to enhance the operational preparedness of Indian Army. So I think there's nothing to feel sorry about that Mr. Rajnath Singh is not visiting Leh. The CDS can depute for him and can get the necessary input and then come back to Delhi and brief Defence Minister on the entire issues which were discussed with him, with GOC 14 Corps. So I think it's a okay development, and let's see the outcome of the visit of CDS to Leh. MEA, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Mr. Anurag Srivastava has said that expect China to ensure prompt restoration of peace. I think it's a very welcome statement and very satisfying for all the citizens of our country, because no country wants a war. War causes devastation to economy and causes a lot of hardship to every citizen. The cost of war has to be borne by everybody. But one more important thing I would like to mention, that the trust factor, the trust deficit between China and India. The intention, DNA, character, behavior and past history clearly reveal that China cannot be trusted, and therefore militarily from all angles, modernization of forces, equipping forces to their optimum authorization, operational planning make foolproof and cater for two-front war scenario, or maybe at times three-front war scenario if another neighbor jumps into the fray. So all these aspects have to be kept into view, because putting reliance on China will be disaster. China's expansionist policy strategy can never change. It is surprising to know that China, against 26 countries, China claims its right or its ownership on geographical territory of 26 countries. And many of the countries, apart from 14 countries whom China shares the boundary, there are countries with whom China even doesn't share boundary. So this is ridiculous. China's ambition to grab others' territorial land is in contravention of United Nations Charter, peace for humanity and coexistence. So therefore I feel that let's hope that this peace really gets transformed into ground, and all is well in eastern Ladakh.
नमस्कार, मु सुप्रिया। मोर विश्वास आपन के वीडियोटी भल लगी आमको लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करने को भूलंतुनि। लेटेस्ट अपडेट पाई देखुथांतु ओटीवी।